Well, as any other community, we have had young people who have passed away. We had one case that was quite well publicized of a high school student crossing Gulf Road, and unfortunately being killed in the process. But there are many other cases where children have died much, much too young, as any child dying is much too young. And one of the village trustees that Frank actually brought up forward, why doesn't the village put something on our grounds?
The Children's Memorial was an idea that came to me as I was driving down Higgins Road, and I passed a spot where a little boy about 4 years old had been hit by a car and killed. And there was a cross on the side of the road. And I thought to myself, you know, that cross is going to be gone in 2 or 3 weeks and nobody will ever remember this little boy. And I didn't even know what his name was. And I thought, what a shame that here's a little boy and he'll never be remembered. And the idea came to me at that point that we've lost a lot of kids in Hoffman Estates through sickness, through accidents, whatever. And I said, why don't we have a children's memorial? You know?
He said, ma'am, you need to get to the hospital as soon as possible because he's been in a crash. That was one horrendous sight to see a 12-year-old laying there. Well, that was a hurting time, you know, at that time. It's not like you only just lose a child. It's just like, you know, the whole family be affected with that.
They gave us a diagnosis of acute lymphocytic leukemia. So she began intense chemotherapy in 1990 for the bone marrow transplant. She died basically not from the leukemia, but from the effects of the bone marrow transplant.
I had lost a nephew when he was 21, and I remembered what my sister went through, trying to bear up, and to the extent that she wouldn't even come out to visit me because I had 2 boys.
We started a commission to determine a location and also to determine the parameters of where the memorial should be, and also how we're going to pay for this memorial. We had to raise funds to do it. We have some very beautiful statues of young children at play, reading a book, playing baseball, and we have a nice sitting area. And one of the ways that money was raised was to selling bricks with the name of the lost one and the date of birth, the date of loss, or whatever the family may want to put on that. So the commission was very important to be able to do this. They raised the money, they found the location, and they also came up with the qualifications to be there.
It's a place and a tribute to all these little children that we can remember them and we honor them. And we say, hey, you were amongst us and we're sorry that you're not here anymore. I think that's what it means.
When I read in the paper about the memorial here in Hoffman Estates that they were going to begin, so I called over and said, you know, our daughter Kim, we would like to memorialize the spirit that Kim was able to give all of us during her illness and that. So that is one of the reasons that we asked if we could buy a brick to put in the memorial garden.
It's really comforting because I can come by here at any time. Normally I spent my time at the gravesite, honestly. I was there every single day. That's the closest I felt that I could, you know, be near him. You know, it's like a hole in your heart, you know.
It's a very peaceful setting. We wanted to have some place where people could come and grieve and commune with their loved ones, their lost one. It's a very beautiful setting, and I think it is very peaceful, and you see people out there all the time.
Still hard to...
Even though it's been 23 years, it will be 23 in December, you know, she was a very vital part of our family, and we remember her every day.
But I think that what the memorial does is it does give people a very nice setting, a peaceful setting to sit and contemplate, remember their loved one, commune with the person if they can, think about them, love them, remember their life. You miss them, but you also have to remember the joy that they gave you in their short life. And I think that was really what we really wanted to accomplish. It's a very beautiful memorial. It's surrounded by flowers and bushes. It's well maintained by our Public Works Department, and we're very proud of it. And I think we're very proud of the peace that it's given to people in our community.
Well, just like we met this young woman here, it was very significant, you know, to think that, you know, we're not the only ones who have gone through this, you know. Many other people, and perhaps some who are not even memorialized here, or who know about the memorial. You know, it means that, you know, you have a link, you know, because our children are not with us physically anymore. So you do have a link, and you can talk to them about why you miss your child.
It was probably the most traumatic thing that happened in our lives when you lose a daughter or a son. And to have the stone in her name, like Marianne said, it gives closure, and knowing that she's not forgotten.